If you don't have the funds, you're not going to complete the project successfully. That's why a project budget is so important. It's the lifeblood of the project. Follow these steps to secure the funds necessary to support the project through every phase. But first, we need to define what a project budget is. Hey there, welcome to the Daytime Dollar, where we talk about financial strategies and how small changes can make big improvements. If you are new here, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Today, we are talking about how to set up a project budget. So let's get into it. What is a project budget? A project budget is the total projected costs needed to complete a project over a defined time. It's used to estimate what the cost of the project will be for every phase of the project. Creating a project budget is a critical part of the project planning process. The project budget will include such things as labor costs, material procurement costs, and operating costs. But it's not a static document. Your project budget will be reviewed and revised throughout the project, hopefully with the help of project budgeting software. Why do you need a project budget? The obvious answer is that projects cost money, but it's more nuanced than that. The project budget is the engine that drives your project's funding. It communicates to stakeholders how much money is needed and when it's needed. For example, project budgets are essential for any industry such as construction, marketing, or manufacturing. But a project budget is not only a means to get things that your project requires. Yes, you need to pay teams and buy or rent equipment and materials, but that's only half the story. The other part of the importance of a project budget is that it's an instrument to control project costs. The budget, which is part of your project plan, acts as a baseline to measure your performance as you collect the actual costs once the project has been started. Creating a project budget. As noted above, there are many components necessary to build a budget, including direct and indirect costs, fixed and variable costs, labor and materials, travel, equipment and space, licenses, and whatever else may impact your project expenses. To meet your project's financial needs, a project budget must be created thoroughly, not missing any aspect that requires funding. To do this, we've outlined 7 essential steps for creating and managing your project budget. 1. Use historical data. Your project is likely not the first to try and accomplish a specific objective or goal. Looking back at similar projects and their budgets is a great way to get a head start on building your budget. 2. Reference lessons learned. To further elaborate on historical data, you can learn from their successes and mistakes. It provides a clear path that leads to more accurate estimates. You can even learn about how they responded to changes and kept their budget under control. Here's a lesson learned template if you need to start tracking those findings in your organization. 3. Leverage your experts. Another resource to build a project budget is to tap those who have experience and knowledge, be they mentors, other project managers, or experts in the field. Reaching out to those who have created rough order of magnitude estimates and budgets can help you stay on track and avoid unnecessary pitfalls. 4. Confirm accuracy. Once you have your budget, you're not done. You want to look at it and ensure your figures are accurate. You can use our project budget proposal template for this process. You can also seek those experts and other project team members to check the budget and make sure it's right. 5. Baseline and re-baseline the budget. Your project budget is the baseline by which you'll measure your project's progress once it has started. It is a tool to gauge the variance of the project, but as stated above, you'll want to re-baseline as changes occur in your project. Once the Change Control Board approves any change, you need to re-baseline. Project management software makes setting a baseline simple. Take Project Manager, all you have to do is open up the settings on your Gantt and select Set a Baseline. Now you have the planned effort saved and you can compare it to your actual effort as you execute the project. You can reset the baseline as often as needed during the project to always be able to measure your project variance instantly. 6. Update in real time. Speaking of changes, the sooner you know about them, the better. If your project planning software isn't cloud-based and updating as soon as your team changes its status, then you're wasting valuable and expensive time. 7. Get on track. The importance of having project management software that tracks in real time, like Project Manager, is that it gives you the information you need to get back on track sooner rather than later. Things change and projects go off track all the time. It's the projects that get back on track faster that are successful. If you manage your project expenses using these building blocks, you're going to have a sound foundation for your project's success. Project budget example. To further illustrate how a project budget is created, let's pretend we're making an app. The first thing you'll need to figure out is the costs of labor and materials. You'll need programmers, designers, content developers, a dev team, etc. It helps list all the tasks and assign the team to them, a hallmark of good task management. This way, every penny is accounted for. Now note other line items. There might be travel expenses and renting space to house the team. Then there are fixed items that are true for any project. These are things where the cost is set and will not change over the course of the project. You'll also want a column for any miscellaneous costs that don't fit elsewhere in the budget. Your budget must have a plan versus actual column. When you're making that app, you're likely to pivot, and that is going to impact the budget. These columns are a way to track the expenditure to make sure you're staying on budget. The last word about building a project budget. Building a project budget is an essential skill for anyone in business. Just remember, the hardest project budget you'll do is your first one. Once you master this process, your planning efforts will accelerate and your projects will routinely arrive within the parameters of your budget. So guys, that's all about today's topic. See you soon in the next video. Goodbye.